Welcome to Social Work Updates.
In this video we are going to talk about steps in social work helping process. The social work helping process consists of the following sequential steps which are followed when working with any type of client system, for example, individual, family, small group, and community. The following steps are assessment, planning, intervention or plan implementation, evaluation, and termination. The first two steps are considered as the beginning phase of helping process. The third step is the middle or intervention phase. And the last two comprise is the ending phase. Let's talk about the first part of helping process. What is assessment? According to Max Cyperin, assessment is a process and a product of understanding on which action is based. The process involves the collection of necessary information and analysis and interpretation in order to reach an understanding of the client, the problem and the social context in which it costs. It should be emphasized that the ultimate purpose of assessment is to provide understanding necessary for appropriate planning. Thus, the major social work tasks involved during this stage are information or data gathering and problem definition based on an agreement between the client and the worker as to problem to be worked on or simply the problem for work. In information or data gathering, a variety of sources are available from which to obtain the information necessary in order to have an accurate definition of the client's problem. We have the primary source, secondary source, existing data, and workers' observation. The second procedure of helping process is planning. Planning is the link between assessment and intervention. Although it is often considered part of the assessment process, it is so important in the helping process that it should be discussed separately. The planning process translates the content of assessment into a goal statement that describes the desired result and is also concerned with identifying the means to reach the goal. There are two major tasks involved during the planning stage. We have number 1. Formulating goals that directly relate to client's need or problem, and number 2. Defining the specific actions or interventions that are necessary in order to achieve the goals. The third part of the helping process is the intervention. Intervention involves the rendering of all the specific and interrelated services appropriate to the given problem situation in the light of the assessment and planning. It includes all the goal-related activities that the worker will undertake following the agreement forged with the client based on the problem to be worked on and the plan of action to be pursued. After definition intervention, let's proceed to the next process. The evaluation. Evaluation is defined as the collection of data about outcomes of a program of action relative to goals and objectives seen in advance of the implementation of that program. Given the definition, one can see that a prerequisite to evaluation in social work is a statement of goals and objectives against which result will be reviewed. This not mean, however, that the worker will not do evaluation until it is time to end the helping relationship. In social work, evaluation is a continual process where the worker keeps on gathering data, which she uses in an ongoing reassessment of objectives, intervention plans, and even the definition of the problem. And the last part of helping process is termination. A social work problem-solving relationship does not go on forever. It has time limits so that whether one is working with an individual, a group, or a community, the social worker should discuss with the client the more or less expected duration of the helping relationship. It should be made clear to the client that disengagement is the natural conclusion to such a relationship, regardless of the nature of the client's problem. And to discuss more about each of the helping process, stay tuned on the next video.
And that's it. Thanks for watching. For more social work updates, please visit my YouTube page, hit the bell and subscribe.